I'm absolutely more than that. I mean, the skill set that I have is fucking wild compared to the average person. So that's why I said I fully know my value and I can.
But
say,
you did acknowledge that you were aggressive though.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Because I know that, like, listen, I was raised by my father, and he does have a little bit more of an aggressive personality. I was not raised by my mother, and even so, my mother is not like a super soft, super maternal kind of person. But I like the fact that I have this personality because I know how to stand my ground when necessary.
Does it serve you well?
It does, absolutely. Because people who truly care about me and understand me know that I'm just standing up for myself and I know how to speak and articulate myself properly. People, on the other hand, get quickly intimidated by that because they don't have the same ability to speak for themselves the way that I do.
You know, I would say I don't think it's intimidation. I would say it is acknowledgement of the fact that they're not willing to engage with aggressive behavior. And so a lot of the time...
So that is intimidation.
No. It's not. It's actually smart.
It's a wise decision.
It's actually a wise decision. So it's like if somebody keeps bringing aggressive behavior to me, as a man, I would say, I have to make a decision as to whether or not I am going to deal with that. And I'll be like, you know what, 9 times out of 10, especially if it comes from a woman, I ain't willing to deal with it.
But here's the thing,
but the thing is, on your side, you might see that as me being intimidated by you. I'm just saying, listen, I hear you're aggressive and I can see you're aggressive, but you know what? Go give that to someone else.
There is nation.
I ain't got time for it.
There is a nation proverb that says a man will rather be in the wilderness than come home to a nagging wife.
Nagging and
as a matter of fact, he would rather live on the roof than have a nagging wife.
Nagging and aggression are not the same thing.
No, they can be.
Okay, but that's not the case for me. I'm just passionate.
That's how man interprets it.
Okay, you guys don't understand.
Now she's changing it. She doesn't like what she's hearing. It was aggressive, now it's passionate. Let me hear what she has to say first. But she's definitely switching it up. Her energy's shifting because she don't like what the fuck she's hearing.
Understand that we're talking about things that I'm passionate about. So of course I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more passionate in the way that I carry myself in this conversation. However, when it comes to normal conversation, I'm chill. Like genuinely, I'm just be chilling.
See, she backpedaling now because she gave you the whole history behind it. Like my pop super aggressive, my mom wasn't soft, she was aggressive, which made me aggressive, and I'm proud of the fact that I'm aggressive, and it takes a certain type of man to pretty much put me in my place. So I just did a video about this the other day, like she was wearing that shit like a badge of honor until these men told her about herself. You know what I mean? Because she looked at a man not entertaining her, engaging with her aggressive behavior as him being intimidated. No, it's like this motherfucker he know himself, he know his worth, he know what he's gonna put up with. No, he's not gonna put up with that shit. An aggressive woman. And there should never be any circumstance where a woman, what they call it? There should never be any situation in relationships where you are dealing with an aggressive woman. That's not good. You know what I mean? It's not. There's nothing conducive to a relationship, a loving relationship with this type of mind state at all. But these two men both know they know what it is, man. You know what I mean? But she was quick to flip the script. Now all of a sudden, I'm chill, you know what I mean? Like, nah, she just ain't like that fucking image of her that they was painting.
When it comes to normal conversation, I'm chill. Like, genuinely, I'll just be chilling. I'm usually very calm, and I'm usually just very, like, I'm excitable, laughing, all that kind of stuff.
So you could change your tone depending on the subject?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think, you do have an aggressive tone, though.
See, the thing is, growing up, I heard consistently that I was intimidating. Usually from girls, it was you were intimidating because you were pretty and you know yourself. Mm-hmm. And from guys, it was, I can't handle that. And unfortunately, that's not my problem. I hate to say it, but like, if you can't handle it, that's fine. That just means that you're not meant to be around me.
I can't handle aggressive women because women are not supposed to be aggressive and to be handled. If that makes sense. Like,
I don't think we're supposed to be handled or tolerated or anything like that.
Right. So I would
see. I should have. The title says an aggressive feminist. Like, she likes the space she's in. She feels empowered by this masculinity and aggressive behavior that she has, but it's not going to do well for her down the road. Like, she's still youthful, she's still attractive, Yeah, I mean, men are gonna be initially attracted to that, but it's not gonna work, especially with the man she wants, because she's gonna need a man to out alpha her, out masculine her, out aggressive her aggressiveness, and that's not how relationships should be at all. So women that have these types of mentalities or these perspectives, man, it's just you stepping into a fucking pile of shit if you're entertaining women like this as far as relationships are concerned. You know what I mean? You can have a good time with them or whatever, but that shit ain't gonna turn into nothing. She needs to take a look in the mirror. But it's just where we sit right now in society. The feminist movement and power movement, women thinking that they men, moving like men, you know what I'm saying? Aggressive like men. Like, nah, that ain't it. That is not it at all.
Like,
I don't think we're supposed to be handled or
that's not even how he
tolerated or
meant it.
anything
She
like
just
that.
right. So I
issue
would.
with that.
So if you're an aggressive woman, I would literally, in my own head, say, okay, cool. She needs to go and be with a man that's gonna be okay with that. I'm not okay with that because, I guess the bottom line for men generally is that aggressive women come with a lot of problems. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to like.
Don't worry, I'm waiting for the silver lining in this comment.
No, I'm just saying that if you're aggressive but you say, if you're looking for a man or a partner, men generally do not want aggressive women.
Yeah.
They
well,
just don't.
that's a very interesting statement because I have dated quite a bit of men in my life.
But you haven't stayed with them. You haven't stayed with them.
I haven't because
Men that you've probably like not manipulated.
She's not gonna own that though. She's not gonna own that. You know what I mean? If she's an aggressive ass girl, those dudes are not with her because she was aggressive. She's gonna come up with some bullshit right now, man. But the only way a relationship like that, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work. Like long lasting, it's not gonna work. It may work initially with a more submissive type of feminine man who's okay with her taking the lead, being aggressive, but a man who has his shit together is not going to sign up with that because he's not trying to fight. Men are not trying to be in a relationship to fight. Men do not fight. And if you sign up to be with an aggressive woman, you're going to be fighting all the goddamn time. You know what I mean? You got to fucking earn her respect, fight for her respect, things of that nature. Men ain't about to be dealing with that shit, man. But let's see what her bullshit ass excuse was for her relationship not working.
So probably men that you have been the man in the relationship.
No, because I have been authentically myself from beginning to end in each relationship that I've been in.
You see, I don't like that.
Yeah, authentically yourself was you being the damn man because you alpha as shit. She got alpha energy all throughout this conversation, man. Just based on her interaction between these two, and they just having a conversation. Can you imagine her being in a relationship with someone she's emotionally involved with? Woof. Was feeling involved, passion involved, fire involved, bro. Ain't nobody signing up for that shit. Ain't nobody signing up for that shit. And then if they signed up, they probably just didn't know what they were signing up for.
Well, when people say I have to be authentically myself, if I said I have to be authentically myself, I'll sleep with any attractive girl I see.
And that's authentic of yourself.
What does that mean? What connection does that make? Because I'm a little confused.
Authentically himself, he will sleep with anybody.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that we have a base nature. But the whole point of it, you have self.
But my base nature is not just sleeping with a bunch of people that I find attractive, though. That's your base nature, so you're speaking for yourself.
There's always a toxic shadow
She's
side
just there to
to
argue.
each human being. We all have a dark side.
Right.
That's what I'm just saying.
I never said that I was only good. I said I was authentically myself.
But I think his question is like, what is authentically?
Yeah, she's just there to argue, man. She's just there to argue. She's not there to have any productive conversation. You know what I mean? Like, she's not gonna own what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, on her mind, there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. Her perspective is fine, which it is. It is for her. But if she's out here wanting a relationship and she knows these things about herself, and she got men telling her literally what men typically look for and they avoid in relationships, and she's saying, "Nah, I'm gonna do this shit anyway," then she's gonna just have to continue struggling, climbing this mountain of bullshit, knowing what she's gonna run into, man. But like, yeah, that's a difficult task to be able to look in the mirror and realize not so pretty things about yourself, especially at a young age like this. You know what I'm saying? She got some growing up to do. But let's rock this shit out a little more.
yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so he's saying like
I don't,
when you
I don't
say that
change
it,
the way that I act in order to attract a partner, just to end up changing up later on.
so
you
you're
know?
saying yeah.
So I would say, like, you know, half the time that these relationships didn't work, it's either that I wasn't emotionally mature enough, or I left for college.
Emotionally mature is a valid response. But I would like to know what her definition of that is. Like, what did that look like? Her being emotionally immature. Like, was she too combative? Was she too aggressive? That's being emotionally immature. Or maybe she was jealous. I don't know. That's too vague of a response.
Or I have other, like, I'm a very individualistic kind of person, and especially within the last few years, like, you know, I graduated from my bachelor's program, I graduated from my high school program.
So now she don't want to be in a
I was
relationship.
involved in so many different jobs and activities and social justice work that sometimes relationships didn't really fit in with my agenda. And I would just be like, hey, like, you know, I realize that this is not my priority right now. And I realize I have to focus on myself. I feel like I'm still too young to get into a relationship, or like I'm too young to get a little too involved in this relationship. Maybe it could work later on, but right now it can't.
Yeah.
Right.
And plus, you have to bear in mind that your mentality probably will change in the next couple of years or so. So
That's the other thing.
yeah.
That's why I kept making it clear that in the relationships that I got cheated on, I was very young. Like, now, like, I have a whole different perspective on how relationships should work. And generally a mature, you know, vision of it. However, a lot of people our age are not built for relationships.
She talking in circles. She just said that she's not ready for a relationship. She may be too emotionally immature. She's focusing on herself, but right now she knows what a mature relationship looks like. But I mean, whatever. Like, she thinks she knows everything. And that's a problem. But I mean, the main problem is she is aggressive as shit. She alpha as fuck. That's a masculine ass woman, and she's going to continue having issues until she comes to terms with that. You know what I mean? Masculine women are no good for relationships. So yeah.